So Jerry O'Connell is afraid of his own wife and his own daughters. Apparently they have rampant TDS. And when he correctly pointed out during the election that Kamala Harris really had no chance and that there should have been a primary, and this is really on the Democrats for choosing poorly, his wife and daughter got physical with him. I'm not talking, that way. I'm talking like they got physically violent with him. And he talks about this on Bill Maher's podcast. And I'm like, wow, that's insane anyway. Right? Just off the cuff. It's insane that your family would get that angry over politics, that they would physically threaten you or, be willing to throw hands. Two, that he seems afraid to even talk about it on the podcast. He's like, I'm not sure I'm going to be married after this. I can't tell if he's joking or not. I really can't, because if his family is so, as Geeky calls it, so pickled, he might go home after this podcast and there might be a butter sock waiting for him. No, it's not dirty. You guys ever see iCarly where they hit each other with a butter sock? Yeah, that I'm just saying it's not, this is not a good situation. This explains a lot. Like, how did California fall? This is coming from a guy who spent a good chunk of his life in California. When I was there, California was relatively sane. I know it's hard to believe that. It's really hard to believe that now, but I lived in Northern California. We lived outside, we lived in the Bay Area, close to Silicon Valley. We didn't have a lot of commies. We had some hippies, but we didn't have like straight up communists that I was aware of. A lot of people had their own businesses. It was more socially liberal, right? You do you, boo, whatever. Fiscally conservative. A lot of people, again, had their own businesses. I would say that it probably leaned more conservative. And now you're not allowed to even question the Democratic Party. You can't even say, hey, it was a big ass mistake to run Kamala Harris, which it was. Without a primary, she was unelectable. I'm sorry. You ran into, like we said, you ran headfirst into the wood chipper on that. That's on the Democrats. They had an opportunity to find a better candidate that actually could maybe beat Trump, or at least not lose so badly. And that was the reddest damn election map I've ever seen. So he's 100% correct. And stating that does not make him a Republican. It doesn't make him MAGA. It doesn't make him a Trump thumper or whatever the hell you want to call him. It doesn't make him a fascist, but his own family apparently were willing to throw hands because he just pointed out the obvious. So why don't we have more people who are living in California or in the Hollywood system who maybe do have some elements of wrongthink? We'll call it that. Right? Why are these men not speaking up? Why are these people not speaking up? Or they wait until they move to Texas or Arizona or Florida and then they speak up? Because they're afraid they're women and they're going to beat them. They're afraid they're going to get blacklisted. I mean, this is crazy. And you can see like he's not acting. You can see the fear in this guy's face. Like, he knows if he talks about this on the podcast, there are probably going to be career repercussions. There could be personal repercussions. I'm waiting for like his agent to drop him or some shit like that. And then somehow his I'm just being real here. Somehow his wife and daughters will become the victim in all of this. Right. And that's the story. Oh my God, they're living with a fascist. Oh, it's so horrible. Jerry O'Connell's a fascist. His daughters had to put up with that. Oh my God. Yeah, so we're gonna run this clip. Geeky's sitting this one out. I got a few things I'm gonna say here. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. So this comes from the Vigilant Fox, who got it from Bill Maher, obviously. But yeah, he's not kidding. He is legit afraid of his own family.
I'm gonna tell you about a bit of.
Yeah, look at that face. This is a guy who's like, I know if I say something, I'm in trouble. But I'm also like, is this a cry for help?
I say this, will I stay married? Blow it over here. My,
Sounds like you're going to blow it over here.
the night of the election, this third one,
Yeah.
third election, everyone knows what I'm talking about here.
Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. The third election with Donald Trump. You're allowed to say his name. Holy hell, Jerry. Come on, dude.
I was watching late at night the returns, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't think Trump was going to win. I live in California. I didn't think he was going to win. From what I was hearing,
I didn't either.
I didn't either.
No,
this is where I live, you know?
Yeah.
I said something along the lines of like, there was no planning. This is what they get. There should have been a primary. I said something along those lines, you know, like
a very factual statement. Even the Young Turks, even Cenk was saying, I was watching him when they anointed Kamala Harris, and he's like, that was literally, you literally have damned the Democrats to losing this election. Because you can't say, hey, we're for the people and we want to elect, and then you just put a candidate in. And she was very unpopular. Kamala Harris was incredibly unpopular. She was so unpopular that during the Biden administration, they hit her ass. Most people didn't even know how to pronounce her name because they sent her off on a fetch quest, you know, and you didn't even see her again until, oh, hey, we need a new candidate, right? And there were a lot of other Democrats that probably would have fared better than Harris, but no. We just went with that because they didn't want to give my understanding. I mean, I'm not super political, but my understanding is they would have had to have given the donations back, all the money back, if they ran somebody else, because the donations were for the Biden-Harris ticket. And if Harris is still on the ticket, they get to keep the money. That was my understanding. And then they get rid of Harris. They got to start all over again, right? So you can't do that. So let's just run a candidate that has no hope of winning whatsoever.
it was just spitballing ideas as to, it was a shock, you know? My wife and daughters, without saying anything, became physical with me.
Oh my God, dude, that's not normal. Okay. That's not normal. Seriously, get some help, call some, well, you can't, who you got to call in California? Yeah. My wife and daughters are mad at me because I said Kamala Harris had no way of getting elected. And what are you, some kind of fascist? Are your daughters okay? God.
They were filled with rage. So if I am being careful with you in how I say things, yes, I live in California. I live with not one, not two, but three people who, if I made any kind of joke, they would, they'd become very angry with me.
Dude, this is not normal. This is not normal. He thinks it's normal because he lives in California. He's surrounded by these people that all have TDS. This is not normal. This is why these people are so fucking shocked when they go out into the real world. They go out and they interact with people in the rest of the country. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe there's so many fascists in this country. It's because they are living in a bubble. California and New York too, right? Good luck with Mom Donnie. They talk about him too. I don't want to like lift Bill Maher's whole podcast here, but they talk about that. And Jerry O'Connell's trying to defend Mom Donnie, and Maher's even like, he's already told you who he is, right? He's a communist. He's a socialist. It's like, come on, dude, come on, wake up. Yeah. So dude, this is not normal. And he looks legit afraid of his family. And I can't imagine living like that. Like Geeky and I, we have our fights. We do. We actually disagree over politics sometimes too, for sure. I am definitely in the fiscally libertarian camp where I'm like, yeah, fuck the safety net. Yeah. No, I never used to be that way. I just got tired of my money being redistributed to people who have no desire to work, and redistributed to states that are deliberately pushing out business, pushing away business. We live, everybody knows this, we live in Pennsylvania. We live outside Pittsburgh. And I know Shapiro's trying to run for president, or he wants to run for president. Look at the state of Pennsylvania. Don't let him run for president. I just don't. This guy would be a disaster. Pennsylvania is like the most business averse state outside of New York and California. The corporate taxes here are brutal. There are days, I mean, we have family here, but there are days where I just seriously am like, fuck it, I'm leaving the fucking state. The taxes are horrible. We have multiple businesses here. Part of the reason we shut one of our brick and mortar businesses down was the brutal taxation. And also, they're looking at, we had an arcade. And this is like a total side tangent here, but since we're talking politics and all the shit, what the fuck? I don't care. So we had an arcade, we had a shop. Well, the nitwits in the state, it's going all because they're so desperate for money because everybody's dying and moving out of the state because the taxes are so high. Businesses are taking their businesses down south because, again, the taxes here are so high. But to juice people for more money, they're starting to tax digital coin-op machines, any kind of coin-op machine, any kind of digital amusement device. Now, originally, it was supposed to be slot machines because they have a lot of these digital slot machines here, but they're extending that tax in some areas to arcade machines, pinballs, gaming PCs, basically hundreds of dollars per year per machine. And we had a lease renewal coming up, and it's like a 5-year lease. And I'm like, I'm not paying it because I know what's going to happen. Not only are we being taxed to death, not only are we hanging on by our fingertips because the economy fucking sucks right now. I'm sorry. On Main Street, it does. Your stocks might be doing great, but on Main Street, the economy is not great. So not only were we, just getting by, but now we're looking at the possibility of in a year or two, every machine that we had in that space getting taxed like $500 to $1,000 a year. I'm like, fuck this shit. We're out. That's what happened. And I know I posted about it on X, and God, people legitimately got angry. They're like, well, your arcade failed because you didn't call it the CLOWNFISH TV arcade. And you've got this big platform. And our platform's not that big. Let's be real here. I mean, in YouTube terms, I appreciate all you guys. We're not that big. Like, you need to have like 10 million subscribers to be considered quote unquote big. But, appreciate every one of you. I do. But also it was like, why if the business can't stand on its own as its own thing, then, we're going to pack it up. But yeah. And you're not allowed to say that here in Pennsylvania. You're not allowed. Everything's great. If you complain about like the whole fucking state being on welfare, that's a problem. It's the weirdest damn thing because most of Pennsylvania is red, but we have these deep blue areas, Philadelphia, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh. But like everybody's got their hands out anyway. And I'm like, come on, you're gonna have to pick and choose here. So yeah, the best thing that could happen here is we get a Republican, even though I'm not a Republican myself, but if we got a Republican governor, it might actually change things. But yeah, these blue states, like the people are drinking the Kool-Aid, man, you cannot say anything. And California is the worst. And I am so glad. I know I complain about Pennsylvania, but I am so glad that I am not in California still because I would not do well. I'm just saying. I would not do well out there. I wouldn't be able to bite my tongue.
No,
I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but I couldn't live that way. I would, whatever household or whatever situation I'm in, I say what I truly think. And if it makes you angry, I'm sorry. We'll have to work that out.
Well, it makes...
But I am not going to tuck my tail between my legs and just shut the fuck up. This is what you were dealing with when you were a child. Just sit there and don't say anything.
Yeah.
Wow. He's right, though. He's right. If you guys shut your mouth for the sake of peace in your house, then, well, one, you and your spouse don't know each other very well, and I gotta wonder if he's gonna be married after this. I really gotta wonder if he's like, this feels like a cry for help.
Sit on your hands. But what happened to Rob Reiner? More of that, Jerry, more of that.
Yeah. Holy shit. Well, you know what? He's not wrong. Rob Reiner's kid killed him. I'm sorry. They're trying to get off the hook, but his kid, his drug addicted, mentally ill child killed him because he was mad about something at whatever it was at the fucking party or something. Who's to say that one of these celebrities' kids who are so pickled with the TDS don't just fucking kill them, and then California is like, well, it's completely understandable because they're anti-fascist. It's okay to kill people if you're anti-fascist because your dad was basically Hitler. So whatever. Yeah. He's laughing. Bill Maher's not laughing. You know, Bill Maher's not like he's very plainly telling him, dude, you're in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Where's Rob Reiner's ghost when you need him to be telling you more of that?
Yeah.
Holy shit. He's not wrong. Dude, yeah, I like Jerry O'Connell. I think he seems like a pretty good guy. I think there are a lot, I'm going to be honest, because we hear from people in and around Hollywood. We talk about different things, and they'll write us whatever. A lot of times they try to write under a pseudonym. Some people have flat told us who they are. There are a lot more people that think like Jerry O'Connell in California and Hollywood than you would realize. They're just not allowed to say anything. And they got to say and do the right thing publicly, or that's the end of their career. And I know a lot of people are like, well, they just need to fuck man up. I'm like, well, you're kind of outnumbered. This is why they all move out of state, and then they tell California to go fuck itself. Because if they want to work in Hollywood, they gotta play this stupid game. And if they want to even have peace in their own household, they got to play this stupid game. And I know the real Kevin Smith is out there somewhere, dude. Somewhere the real Kevin Smith is out there. I got to wonder if this isn't the same thing that happened to him. And that would explain so much. I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.